G.I. Joe fans, Joe Motion Videos 82 here. It is time for another G.I. Joe toy review, and today we are going to be taking a trip back to 1983. And why am I dressed like this? Well, I'm doing my best to look like a heavy machine operator. I'm trying to look like a tank driver. Wore the best of my cosplay gear. Yes, got the NVGs. See if I can get these to, still learning how to get these to work. But anyway, oh, here we go. There you are, NVGs. Get those folded back up into my helmet. Yes, we're going to be taking a trip back to 1983 to the ever popular Wolverine and his driver, Covergirl. Wolverine was released as a part of Series 2. Now, 1983 was a huge year for G.I. Joe. They had a slew of vehicles. They had the Sky Striker. They had the Wolverine. They had the not the Mylar, but they had their tank. They had the base. They had the oh man, my memory's eluding me. They had the helicopter, the Wild Bill flies, the Dragonfly, the Sky Striker. They had a whole bunch of vehicles. And Cobra still had just a handful of vehicles that you had to army build just to keep up with G.I. Joe. So when one vehicle blew up, you just used it again to pretend that a new vehicle took its place. And that's how we played. But G.I. Joe had a complete army full of vehicles, which I thought was a little offsides. Yeah, Cobra had a base in 1982. It was a flimsy cardboard base that was sold exclusively for Sears. Good luck taking that outside, especially in the United States, in the Midwest, and in the East. When there's dew on the ground, it'll absorb the dew. The cardboard would get wet and wrinkle. Strictly an indoor toy, and taking it apart, putting it together, the cardboard would bend, the edges would fray. It was a gentle put together and leave together. It was not made for rugged play. Good idea behind it. It was one of those things you just get the action figures and forget about the freaking play set. So, 83, yes, great year for G.I. Joe as far as vehicles go. This little gem cost $6.83 retail. Minimum wage, $3.25. So you had to work 2 hours to buy this thing. Yeah. Was it worth 2 hours worth of work as an adult to buy this for your child? You know, beauty's in the eye of the beholder. If it's a birthday present, certainly. Christmas, you know, special holiday, yes, definitely. But, you know, kid sees it in a grocery store or toy store. Yes, they did have G.I. Joe in grocery stores. Not a specialty store like Smitty's or Fred Meyer. Yeah, I'm talking your everyday run-of-the-mill grocery store, like Fry's or Big Bear or Kroger or Bueller's, stores like that. They did have a toy section, and it was a generous size toy section. And the kid would run up, "Hey, Mom, I want this." $6.38. I mean, Mom could buy a pound of hamburger, a couple loaves of bread, a gallon of milk, a couple dozen eggs, 6-pack of pop, um, a couple pounds of vegetables for that price. And she would always say no. Wait for what my mom would say is, "Well, you have a birthday coming up," or "Wait for Christmas." Things like that. And that was always satisfying to me. Wait for Christmas. Wait, you have a birthday coming up. Okay, I'm going to get it for my birthday. Never did. But for a price like that, it was generally a Christmas gift for a lot of people. This toy has a lot going for it. I never saw this on the shelves. Sad to say. Yeah. Looking at the card art alone, it looked like it would be such an awesome toy to play with. Seeing it in the commercial just drove me mad. It's like, I have to get this vehicle. It is just insane. I mean, it came with a female. At the time, they only had Scarlet. Did Baroness come out yet? 84, I think the Baroness did. So this was the second female for the Joe team, and the only female vehicle driver. So this was a big leap for G.I. Joe. And just looking at this, it's a tank, it's a missile launcher. Dang, I wanted it so freaking bad. My friend John had it, of course, but it was in Colorado. He had Covergirl down here, but he did not have Wolverine. So we got plenty of playtime with Covergirl, but we did not get any playtime with Wolverine. I did not give Wolverine, didn't even get to play with it in my childhood. I've never had any friends that had it. I didn't get Wolverine in my collection until, what year? 2018. And it was like Christmas opening this blasted thing up. It was complete. Yes, I bought her complete. The seller apologized for not having the driver of the file card. I said, "Don't worry, I have it." He said, "Oh, I don't have the tow cable." I said, "Don't worry, I have it." I bought a box, this huge box of parts, and fortunately I had those parts, so it completed this Wolverine. And I was able to help one of my viewers, Bjorn Jakob, complete a few of his vehicles from this box of parts. So that really made me feel good. For those of you who are just joining, this box of parts really helped out my collection. I completed a tactical battle platform out of it. I got a complete Dragonfly out of it, several small vehicles complete out of it. The people at the bookstore just got tired of having to put things together. They said, "So whatever's in it is yours. $40. I said, "Are you sure? There's so much in there. It looks like it's complete." "No, $40. It's yours." So after I took it home and dug through it and put a lot of things together and completed it, I felt bad. I went back to the comic book shop. I said, hey guys, I completed a lot of things. I completed a battle platform. Here's extra money to cover it. I cannot in good faith just give you $40 for that. They said, no, deal's a deal. I said, no, it's a sense of honor here. And they gladly accepted it. So, yeah, that was kind of off course, wasn't it? So anyway, without any further ado, any further gum flapping. What the heck? Why did my fan die? Oh, because it's unplugged. I plugged the wrong. Yeah. Plugged the adapter in wrong. That's better. So anyway, yeah, this is hot. Wearing this. So anyway, let's go ahead and take a look in a book, The Reading Rainbow. Let's take a look at this awesome action figure and vehicle. You will not be disappointed. All right, so here she is. Here it is, the Wolverine and Covergirl. So let's go ahead and take a look at the file card. You can see it was clipped off the back of the card box, off the box. It reads Wolverine, codename Covergirl, file name Krieger Courtney A, serial number RA97324444860, primary military specialty armor, secondary military specialty AVF mechanics, birthplace Peoria, Illinois, grade E4 specialist. I think she should be at least a sergeant to drive that. Covergirl was a high fashion model in Chicago and New York prior to enlistment. Grew disillusioned with modeling and enlisted. She got tired of all the booger sugar flying around. Put new direction in her life. Attended armor school at Fort Knox, related tech schools. Proficient in diesel mechanics, gas turbine technology, qualified expert in law rockets, Dragon AT missiles, M16 or M19A11 auto pistol, typical sidearm for the Joes. Covergirl finds that she must work against her beauty to prove to herself. Such a hindrance. I know what she means. My good looks get in the way all the time, too. She's propelled to learn and master decidedly unfeminine disciplines. Her self-assurance and stunning good looks produce most men to stuttering fools. Reduce most men to stuttering fools. Okay. Yes, much better looking woman than this. You'd think that this was Scarlett's head sculpt, but it really isn't. It's close, but not quite. So looking at Courtney herself, she is in very subdued colors. This is a very nice looking tanker type uniform. She's wearing a brown jacket, brown zip-up shirt, unzipped a little bit to show her chest, brown pants, brown tanker boots with a splash of green down the front. These are padded. The boots themselves are padded, Here on the side, she has a calculator. On this side, she has a appears to be a holster of some sort. She has a very thin duty belt with no weapons on it. She does have a faded patch here on the arm. I've seen this where the patch is not faded. It is a Wolverine. She is from '83, so she does have that swivel arm grip, and her head swivel side to side. They did a good job of trying to beautify her look. She is wearing lipstick. She has brown eyes, brown eyebrows, very decent hair sculpt. Does have side bangs with her hair parted to the side. Short hair covering both ears. Very decent looking action figure all in all. Okay, so getting to the Wolverine, this was a this went to the Mylar. My cat Mickey chewed the other end off. I about screamed my head off. It wasn't his fault. He was just being a cat. You know, there goes $50. But here is her cable. 100% complete. This is the authentic cable that goes onto it. It is designed to hook to the front of the Wolverine, and it is designed to pull things out of a predicament. Looking down at the front, you could see that there are these are tarps that are sculpted on. The missiles want to come out, so I will raise those up. There is a hatch that does come off, showing an engine compartment. You can see all the engine works in there, from the motor heads down at Hasbro. I always loved the engine compartments, because if you had nothing for that vehicle driver to do, they were always working on their vehicle. Right there is the command couch where Courtney gets to sit, or Covergirl. Slide her in there. Now, looking at it, there's added machinery onto the body of the tank. These are sculpted treads. They're non-moving. The bottom, there are 4 wheels that move independently. You will find these missing on the aftermarket. This reads 1983, Pawtucket, Rhode Island. Here on the back, there is a tow hook where you could put the tow chain on it to pull a vehicle out, and also has a tow hook. It reads Wolverine here on the back with the G.I. Joe star. There's a release mechanism warning button. And here on the side, you will see a hammer sculpted on and a shovel sculpted on. Now, the missile firing system, this does rotate around 360 degrees. Each missile are the same. They are gray missiles made out of this rubbery type material. As you can see, they slot right into the missile box, into the missile battery. But with her being in the cockpit, that does not provide her much protection from the missile blast, because they do pop out, but they ignite pretty far out, and she will catch the exhaust as the missile launches out. She'll catch the exhaust from it. Not careful planning on that part, but some missiles do have stickers on them. On the side it does read G.I. Joe. The missile compartment does rotate 360 degrees. It rotates completely up in the air and forward and up and down. It also fires around the back. This is a very mean looking machine. I classify it as a tank. I don't know what you guys would call this. Anything treaded to me is a tank, save for construction equipment. This is a missile firing tank. Trying to get this off without breaking it. And this just stretches on, and there are little slots where the tow rope go into. You will find that the ends of the tow rope do tend to break, so that's something to watch out for as well. They will get weak right about in here and snap, or break off right at this point here where my cat chewed it off. But there you have it, guys. Did you have the Wolverine as a kid? Do you have it now? Let me know in the comments what you think about this. This is a great toy. Definitely number one when it comes to play value. I definitely would have gotten a lot of play value out of this. Free moving, it would have got a lot of air time on some ramps, but we would have played with this a lot had John brought it down from Colorado. But this is definitely in my top 10 favorite vehicles in my tank brigade. So definitely share with me in the comments what you think about this vehicle. Did you have it? Do you have it? Do you want it? So let me know. Oh, yeah, I am so jazzed that I was able to add this to my collection. I only picked it up for 40 bucks in 2018. You know, because it had those few missing pieces. He sold it to me cheap. I'm sure complete like this, it would go for a lot more. This is one that I'm going to hold on to. I will not sell it unless somebody offers me a ridiculously good price for it. When I'm talking ridiculous, I'm talking 160 bucks. That kind of ridiculous price. But yeah, I do love this. This is a crown jewel in my collection. It's such a beautiful piece. I would have loved to have seen this under my Christmas tree. So please share your thoughts on this. It's a great toy. I wish it would have had more time in the G.I. Joe universe. in the cartoon. That would have been a great support vehicle. It barely showed up, but it was in the background. Of course, they have to have these things show up at least once in a cartoon in order to sell it. The kid says, wow, I saw this, now I want to look for it. Kind of reminds me when Fisto made his debut in He-Man. It just showed him in the middle of nowhere smashing rocks with his big hand, and He-Man stopped and talked to him and moved on. Well, that was Fisto's debut, and that was selling the action figure. But outside of that, excuse me, outside of that, it didn't really get much airtime. Covergirl was in the cartoon quite a bit as a support role. She mainly worked inside of the command center, but yeah, great toy. So please leave me a comment. I love hearing from you guys. That's my favorite part of this show, is hearing from you. I enjoy answering back to you. That's the highlight of my day. Made a lot of good friends off this channel, and I hope to make many more. And thank you very much to the new viewers who stopped by. Welcome to the Toy Dungeon. I hope you do appreciate my content. I try to keep things original and try to steer away from the cookie cutter version of toy reviewing. I try to keep it personal by sharing stories and telling stories about my childhood and how these toys have affected me in my life, and just try to keep things personal, as though you were in my house and I were talking to you as a guest, because you're in my house on these videos, and you are my guest. So anyway, guys, that's the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Please don't forget to hit that like button. That does help. It really does. It does help spread the word about these videos. Share it with all your friends. That does help out. It helps the channel grow. The more it grows, the more word about G.I. Joe goes around to new and younger viewers. I've looked at my monthly reports, and younger viewers are starting to watch, which I think is fantastic. My average age base of people who are watching are 35 to 50-year-olds. I would like to see the younger generation watching. I don't think they want to listen to old farts, but I want to see them get interested in these toys. It would be neat. I did see a little boy in a store buying some G.I. Joe, which made me feel good. So anyway, you guys take care. I am dog tired. I worked a 96-hour week last week, and I'm still feeling the effects of it. So I think I'll take a nap. But you guys stay safe out there. Remember, be kind to yourselves. You deserve it. You've earned it. You're good people. You're very special people. They care a lot about you. Be kind to everyone. A little ounce of kindness does go a very, very long way, especially if someone's having a bad day. Opening a door, saying hi, smiling, anything like that can brighten somebody's day. And I am speaking from experience about that. And be kind to your animals. They know nothing but unconditional love. And that's been proven by science. So Anyway, we'll see you next week for another G.I. Joe toy review. And if you are following my eBay page, Lord Byron 1.0, I do have some things listed. I didn't put much up last week, but I'll be putting more things up for sale here pretty soon. So keep your eyes peeled for that. So we'll talk to you later. You guys stay safe out there. I mean it. Stay safe. I want to see you around for many years to come. It's getting warm. Stay hydrated. Very important. Stay hydrated. So enough of that. We'll see you next week. All right. Bye-bye. Come on, turn on.